Anybody else in favor of Senate Bill 10, please come forward.
He's going to make me feel like I need a booster seat, I can just tell. Thank you, Chairman, members of the committee. My name is Susan Myers from the 20th District. And as a volunteer leader for two national nonpartisan organizations, both focused on women and firearms, I work alongside women who have experienced tragic and horrific violence in their lives. Women who come out the other side resolved to never again be anyone's victim. So to be clear, the views I express here have not been reached without giving the dangers that so many women face on a daily basis the weight they deserve. To the contrary, it is for these reasons that I am here to give voice to the women who fully understand the dangers involved within domestic violence and yet are adamant in their belief that secretive firearm confiscation laws without due process can easily be used to disarm the very women they are purported to keep safe. Like, say, for instance, when the abuser files a red flag on his spouse or girlfriend, claiming she's been depressed and he fears that she could harm herself. In truth, he may have gotten the sense that she has just about reached her limit and is mustering up the courage to leave. So he needs to prevent her from arming herself before she bolts. Don't think it could happen? Let me share a case out of New York from just this past year where a woman's ex-boyfriend, who had a restraining order out against him, alleged she made remarks causing him to believe she was a threat to herself, him, or others. In the petition, this man lied about the timeline of her remarks to say they occurred within the past 6 months, as the law requires. Despite the judge knowing of the false statements, out of an abundance of caution, a temporary extreme risk protection order was issued and her pistol permit was revoked, all without her even being aware it was happening. Thankfully, this woman didn't just hire a lawyer to regain her own rights. They went after the New York law's constitutionality. This is a portion of the judge's ruling from this past December. This court is not unmindful of the dangers firearms may pose when possessed in the hands of a person suffering a mental illness, harboring a criminal intent, or both. However, when viewed objectively, 63A's goal of removing weapons from the otherwise lawful possession of them by their owners without adequate constitutional safeguards cannot be condoned by this court. While some may advocate that the ends justify the means in support of 63A, where those means violate a fundamental right under our Bill of Rights to achieve their ends, then the law on its face cannot stand. And that was Judge Moran, Justice of the New York Supreme Court. I support the notion of using the 10th Amendment to make it clear to future state leaders who may undoubtedly be tempted by federal dollars that Missourians' rights are not for sale. Thank you.
Thank you for your testimony. Any questions for the witness? Thank you for your testimony.